Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Melina's looking amazing, darlings. Get information, girl. Get information. Now, guys, I always find it funny when I talk to someone. I used to go to women's clothing stores because I get Melina stuff, right? And I have no problems with that. I'm not uncomfortable, anything like that. Like to me, it's just funny, and I'm not. So some women really react bad, and they like don't know how to handle it. But most women are very friendly. They're very nice about it. They're like, I love it, and then I tell them about my channel. They love it. So most women are very fine with it. And some women go over the top and are really fun, right? So one girl's like, hey, she's like going on, and she's like, not going on very long, but she's like, hey, yeah, you're sassy or something like that, something like where she's like, you go girl, and I'm like, I'm not normally like that. And of course I love that kind of stuff. That's funny, right? But I'm a heterosexual, well, I'm bisexual, married to a woman, and I'm a good-looking guy, so I don't like. I mean, I'm more than capable of doing hey, hey, but I just don't usually do that, right? Because that's not my persona. I'm more of a serious person. I mean, I'm funny on here, hey, hey, but I'm more funny on here. But when I do, when I meet someone in public, I'm usually not like I'm pretty watered down or pretty toned down. A very like, just like a man's man kind of thing when you see me, right? I mean, I could totally do the live it up, girl. Come on, I'm fabulous. I could do all that, but I mean, if I wanted to, but I'm not like that normally, right? So she's like totally fun, totally like all into it. I'm like, hey, girl, you're awesome. And then I'm like, but I don't normally do that. I'm married to a woman, yada yada. And she's like, okay, all right. And I'm like, but it's fun. Those girls are really fun. I love girls like that. And of course, my bestie, who had recently, there was a tragedy involving her, which is very, very upsetting. I miss her so much. I really miss her so much. But when I was around her, she was always so much fun, and she was the funnest girl anywhere you could find. She was so good. She was the best girl ever. I'm gonna really miss her. She really inspired me to be who I am today. If it wasn't for her and a select few in my family and a select few in well, this all my family. If it wasn't for all my family and her and my friends and all that, I wouldn't be where I am today. So thanks to her, I'm going to let her legacy live on through me. She should have been a star. I wanted her to be famous or at least benefit from my fame, and I really wanted that to happen. And unfortunately, she's gone. And I'm like, oh no. And then her daughter, I'm glad she had a daughter. I'm very grateful to her for her that she had a daughter. But her daughter is obviously devastated, I'm sure. She's like, where's mommy? I'm sure. And it's just so sad. It's super sad. Um, and her daughter was so awesome, and she's so cute, and so her daughter will lead on and be who she was because they looked exactly the same. It was uncanny. So her daughter will probably grow up to be exactly like her. I'm hoping because she was so like her daughter looks exactly like her. So I'm hoping her daughter is like exactly like her because she was great. My bestie, you heard me talk about her all the time. You heard me say all these great things. I was more than happy to share, get videos with her in them. I wanted to do more, but we never really had time. And I was so happy to have her as my best friend. She was just incredible. And you guys saw the love I had for her. I really, really loved her. She was the most amazing person ever. No one can top her. No one can top her. Anyway, she's an inspiration to me, and she's the one that led me to do all this stuff. But I was trying to think of what was I going with this. Obviously, it was a very big tragedy, um, and so I'm hoping her daughter gets better soon. It feels better about it. I mean, it must be devastating. My bestie was the kind of person that if there was a room full of people and they didn't want to talk or they didn't say anything or they felt uncomfortable or they didn't like each other, she would just draw them together, and she would bring the crowd to liking her, and then everybody would like her, and then she would just get everybody to talk to each other, and she would just break the ice for everyone, and she was just so incredible. She was really, really good, and nobody can replace her. Yes, so I'm hoping her daughter is exactly like her so that her legacy lives on. Her daughter was adorable. Her daughter is so cute. And that's what she looked like when she was young. I saw a picture when she was younger, so that's what she looked like. So I'm hoping their family is coping well. I mean, it's obviously devastating. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Um, I will definitely leave my bestie's legacy on. There are some videos where I talk about my bestie as if she's alive because I have past videos and I didn't put them up yet. So if I put a video up where I dedicate it to my bestie or whatever, it's because she was alive at that time. And I will put a comment on there saying that this is a past video because out of respect, um, I'm not going to want people to be like, oh, you just put a video up and said she's your bestie and she's not even around. So of course, out of respect, I'm going to say that it's a past video. All right, guys, it was tough for me at first to deal with, and I'm sure her family's having a hard time, really hard time, and all of her friends, and all the guys who liked her. She was just so popular. Every single guy on the planet wanted to date her. She was just so funny. She was so pretty. She was like so beautiful. No celebrity even can compare. She was just so great. I loved her. I really did love her. I really enjoyed her. She was like the best person anybody would know. I mean, she was incredible. I really felt that she was someone that would light up a room instantly, and she had all this charm, and she was funny, and she was charismatic, and she was really, really good. Anyway, today is dedicated to her and her legacy and how much she taught me about life. I mean, she was very about enjoying life to the fullest, and she really did. She really did teach me a lot. And I mean, I have 2 degrees, and I don't, I think she passed high school, but, and she never wanted to go to university, but she taught me a lot more than those degrees would have taught me. Well, the degrees are really good too, but she taught me a lot more about life and about love. She taught me about everything possible that I could have ever imagined to be successful. She taught me to go for my goals, even though she was not like the kind of person that I am, because of her and the love I had for her and her family, not, well, not her family, but just the people that made her who she was. Um, because and all of her guy friends were so nice to me. They were so nice. Um, because of her, I have dreams that I am fulfilling to this day. So I'm really grateful to her. She really did make me feel really, really good. She's the kind of friend that didn't judge. She was had all kinds of friends. She was so supportive to the world. And she was so beautiful. The minute she said she was single, there was a whole bunch of men that were trying to date her, and it was like, oh my God, girl, you are awesome. You are so cool. You're the best friend anybody could ever have. She was so cute. So this is dedicated to her, guys. Today, the whole day is dedicated to her. All right. And I want to do a celebratory kind of thing, not a negative kind of stance, but a celebratory kind of thing, because she would have wanted me to do well, and she would have wanted me to be happy, and she would have wanted me to be performing the way that I wanted to, and she would have wanted me to be really kind of like in love with the craft like I am for her. All right. So totally enjoy, guys. Bye. Bye, guys.